Hey guys, Caller here, bringing you another audio commentary, and I'm bringing you Game 3 of the Proleague series between eSTRO and STX Seoul. And this is the 2v2 matchup. I really like commentating 2v2s, and once again, this is not a mirror matchup. This is a Zerg and Protoss team for eSTRO versus a Zerg and Terran team for STX. And just like in the last series I did, which was Air Force Ace versus Khan, we saw a really interesting play from the Zerg and Protoss team, so we could be seeing something interesting here. Also, for eSTRO we have Tester, their captain, playing Protoss, and someone called Hyvaa, a new player, playing Zerg. For STX we have Hwasin, a very experienced Terran player, and a winner of WCG Korea, playing Terran, and Kal, also a fairly experienced Zerg player, playing Zerg. And the map is Hunters, by the way. For OGN, I think their Pro League does have Hunters as a 2v2 map. And one thing that does happen in this video, as it's happened in a couple of videos, is that for some reason one of the players is blanked out for a few minutes, and that would be Hwasin in Teal at the 9 o'clock. He's just I'm not sure why he's blanked out, but he's just not in shared vision for a while. Anyway, this is Tester in yellow at the 12. His partner is Hyvaa, the Zerg, at the 7 o'clock, so 12 and 7. And the STX team is Kal in orange at the 5, and Hwasin in teal at the 9. So 12 and 7, 5 and 9. Cross positions. And we see here, this is Hyvaa here. Looks like he's just building some drones here. I'll be expecting Terran to actually consider going Medic Marines, especially if the Protoss player goes heavy Zealots early on in the game, because Medic Marine would be necessary to protect the Zerg, the Zerg ally against a really early push. Perhaps the Zerg ally would not be able to wait until the Terran player went for Vultures. And we could also be seeing Medic Marine to deal with early Mutalisks. Once again, the Goliath build is usually what's standard in the Zerg and Terran mirror matchup because of the danger of the other opponent going mech and just creaming your Medic Marines. But in this case, I do expect Medic Marines from the Terran as sort of a standard. And then I do expect a lot of Zealots in the beginning for the Protoss player, just to put pressure on the Zerg. It looks like Kal went for a 12 pool, whereas Hyvaa in brown went for a 9 pool with gas. So we're seeing divergent builds already here between the two Zerg players. So far we've seen, I think, a pylon just being built at the choke point for the 12 o'clock Protoss Tester. And since this is Hunters, it's an 8-player map, there will be scouting necessary to be done just to figure out starting positions and races. And just to be able to, figure out who to attack and where the danger is coming from. I think there might be a little bit of advantage for Tester here, because he has the 12s, and he could theoretically get the expansion either at the 11 o'clock or the inside 11 o'clock. And it looks like Kal is going for his second hatchery and a creep colony to protect himself against an early rush. So his 12 pool is going to be a little more effective than Hyvaa's 9 pool if he manages to not get injured in the early game. And it looks like Hwasin's actually shared vision with everyone now, and he is going for 2 racks, so he is looking like he's going to go for a Medic Marine build here. And we see a couple Zerglings now out for Hyvaa, but Hyvaa needs to attack with these Zerglings. He needs to do something to justify the fact that he went 9 pool. And perhaps he's getting, perhaps he's going for a quick lair, actually, that's possible. Looks like an Academy going up for Hwasin, and looks like some Zerglings now out for Kal there. Some Zerglings out for Kal. Looks like about 8 Zerglings out for Hyvaa, and looks like Tester's about to move out with his Zealots also. And so far, we haven't seen that much action just yet, but looks like Hyvaa's about to go down towards Kal's base. I don't see anything coming out for Hwasin yet, and 3 Zealots now coming south towards Kal's base, and looks like a pro moving towards Hyvaa's base. Looks like the eSTRO team's going to try to put some pressure on Kal, and Hwasin so far is separated from this. Hwasin's quite far away from his ally, and now it's going to be a while before Hwasin can get in. And actually, Aspire already going up for Hyvaa here, so Hyvaa's gone for a really fast 1-hatchery Mutalisk build, and I'm not sure that Kal's going to have the tech to match that. Looks like Kal hasn't even gone to lair yet. Looks like he's gone for a 2-hatchery Zergling build here, and he's forced to have built 2 sunken colonies, which have really slowed him down
a good amount. Looks like he's not even mining gas anymore, so definitely going just for Zerglings here, and he needs to get out of his base and do some damage to Hyvaa, or else Hyvaa's going to be far ahead, and he's going to be able to just destroy him with Mutalisks. I guess the other option is to get some Spore Colonies, but those would send him back even further in his tech and in this entire game. And looks like actually it looks like Hyvaa is about to Hyvaa's getting pushed back a little rather. Calm is about to move out. It looks like the first medic's out for Hwasin. And looks like Tester smartly is building some photon cannons in front of Hyvaa's base to provide him some protection. And photon cannons are quite effective against medic marines. And it looks like perhaps the eSTRO team is thinking about retreating towards those photon cannons and using them in their defense. It looks like they have done that. Tester and Hyvaa have put all their troops near those photon cannons. And it looks like now the STX team has the center of the map. And of course, on Hunters, the center of the map is critical, absolutely critical to the progress of the game. And it looks like now an attack about to happen here. Looks like Hyvaa is Calm is waiting for his ally to come up, waiting for Hwasin to come up. Looks like the first Mutalisks are about to come out for Hyvaa, and meanwhile an Evolution Chamber is going up for Calm here, and Calm needs to get that creep colony up. He needs to get that spore, but look at how few drones he has. Despite going for a 12 pool, he has probably just the same number of drones mining minerals as Hyvaa does, so he's really has lost economic advantage, and he hasn't gained much of a tech advantage. And now a big attack in the middle here. I don't think it was a good idea for Tester and Hyvaa to move out just yet, because they really need the protection of those cannons. And if their forces die, then the Zerglings will be able to swarm those cannons quite easily, and then perhaps do a lot of damage to Hyvaa's main base. Now Hyvaa picking off an Overlord, and it looks like 2 Spore Colonies going up in Calm's base. It looks like Tester's also getting some cannons at his front door, and really what they need to do is stop this early push from the STX team and try to use their Mutalisks to regain map control and try to perhaps do some harassment onto both of the STX teammates. And looks like Hwasin's typing I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, Hwasin's first person view here, and he's got a good group of medic marines. They do have the center of the map, which gives them quite an advantage on this map. Really, what they need to do is be able to try to get an attack out on one of the 2 players, and looks like Hyvaa's found an unprotected area within Calm's base. The spawning pool is actually vulnerable right now. He could pick off the spawning pool here just with his Mutalisks. And meanwhile, now attack about to happen on Tester's front base. Now the attack's coming in, but great placement, great building placement by Tester. Looks like Tester's bringing all of his probes here to help in defense. He really needs to stop those Zerglings from getting through. I don't know if the Zerglings will get through. It looks like the Zerglings won't get through. So great victory by Tester there. Tester managing to hold him off. I have to say that Gateway was placed excellently in the front of his base there, stopping the Zerglings from easily getting to the cannons. And I feel that now the eSTRO team has a decisive advantage. Perhaps Hyvaa's actually managed to take out the spawning pool of Tester.